Today's video, I'm reviewing the Sigma 56 1.4 contemporary lens, which I have mounted to my Fuji X-T4. And we're heading out to a nature preserve, and then we're also going to check out Northport, which is one of the most beautiful little towns on Long Island. So let's get out there and do it. As part of Sigma's contemporary lens line, the 56 1.4 is designed to offer exceptional image quality and performance in a small, convenient package. With a 35mm equivalent of 84mm, this lens is great for portraiture, street photography, pet photography, travel work, and basically in any low light situation. The fast 1.4 maximum aperture provides very pleasing bokeh and a lot of versatility. The lens features a brass mount as well as rubber sealing, which makes it robust enough to use even in poor weather conditions. So the first thing that I really like about this Sigma 56 1.4 contemporary lens is how small it is. Now I've got the hood on it right now, but you can see it's super compact like all of the Sigma contemporary lenses, which really makes it a great traveler. It's just one of those lenses that pairs really well with a camera like an X-T4 or an X-T3 or an X-T5. So if you have a compact Fuji camera, this is going to be a great one to travel with. It's really small and light, and it's made very well. It pairs nicely with the camera, and it feels, construction-wise, it feels similar to the camera. It also has a large rubberized manual focusing ring and fast smooth autofocus for both still and video shooting. The 56 1.4 has 10 elements in 6 groups, a minimum aperture of f/16 and a minimum focusing distance of 19.7 inches. It comes with front and rear lens caps as well as a matching lens hood. Sigma contemporary lens line is kind of their budget-friendly line. But it doesn't feel like a budget option. The lens is made really, really well. It pairs very nicely with the camera. It feels good on the camera. It feels like it's made of similar quality materials as the X-T4. And it's $479 right now. It's December 31st, 2022, and it's on sale. It's $404 you could get one of these lenses for off of B&H. So it's a really good value, really good deal for a great portrait lens. And David is having a lot of fun, obviously, with it. We've been walking around the nature preserve for a while and taking a bunch of pictures here. And he's taking pictures of shoes for some reason. So we have to, we got to get the camera pointed a little higher because we don't want pictures of just shoes, because that's weird. And yeah, and he's got some extreme close-ups of my face, so we're working on our composition techniques. One thing to consider about the 56 1.4 or any of the Sigma contemporary lenses for Fuji cameras is that they do not have a physical aperture ring. Now, I don't think it's the end of the world personally, but it does take a little getting used to, because you have to use the aperture you have to control the aperture by using the command dial on the back of the camera. So if you've been using lenses with aperture rings, it's going to take a little bit of a getting used to when you switch over. Again, this isn't a make or break thing for me, although I would prefer to have that physical aperture ring to pair with my shutter speed dial. So overall, I really like the usability of this lens. It's small, it's light, as I mentioned, and pairs well with the camera, as I mentioned. And it's easy to carry along with you for the day. So if you're doing a lot of outdoor portraits, you don't want to have too much heavy equipment, I think it's a great option. Hey everyone, so I'm back in the studio to sum up my thoughts on the 56 1.4. Now this is the second Sigma lens I've tested, and as with the 18-50 2.8 that I tried out previously, I was very impressed with the build quality, image quality, and performance. As I mentioned, the lens is well made, it's compact, and it really is a nice fit for a camera like the X-T4 or a similar sized Fuji camera. One issue I did notice was that the lens did have trouble focusing with the sun directly behind my subject. But I would lay some of the blame for that issue on the X-T4 because that's an issue I've found basically with any lens that I've used with this camera, because it tends to have a lot of trouble with backlit situations like that. Now, outside of the lack of a physical aperture ring, I think that this lens is a solid choice for someone looking for an excellent, fast portrait lens who doesn't want to break the bank. But it offers pleasing bokeh, as I mentioned, and plenty of speed for most applications. This lens is probably best suited for portrait photographers, although you can fill a variety of applications where a photographer wants to shoot in natural light with a compact, fast lens, also in poor lighting conditions. Finally, I will add that Sigma is making some excellent lens options now for Fujifilm cameras, so I highly recommend checking them out before you make your buying decisions. They offer a number of very fast, well-made primes, as well as the 18-50 zoom, which I have already said I really liked a lot. I will link the review for that lens in the description below. Well, that's all that I have for you today. Special thanks to Sigma and F-Stoppers for sending me this lens for the review. And make sure you check out my sponsors who are linked below in the description. There's also a link below to download my free PDF guide for shooting studio portraits. So go ahead and download that today and let me know how you like it. So here's wishing you a great day with your camera. Go out and take some awesome pictures, and I will see you next time, everyone. Peace.